Hi everyone, it's Kate Kalthoff and it's a Fab Friday Facebook Live, and of course I need to double check and make sure I'm actually on camera because I've had it happen before when I'm not on camera, so we'll see here. Okay, I see myself, yay, I'm on camera. So we are going to have some Tutti Frutti fun today. Let me go ahead and lift this a little bit. Maybe that will help. Good. And I want to share with you the card that we're going to make, and we're also going to make a tag too. So it's going to be kind of a 2-for-1 day here. And this is the card we're going to make, and it's simply gorgeous, and it's so much fun, and it uses those awesome little mini embroidery hoops that we can purchase out of the Love It, Live It, Share It Spring Occasions catalog. Oh, now I'm warm. For a minute I was so hot, and now I'm warm. But this awesome little stamp set, which is called Fruit Basket, is so much fun because it's got the most adorable little fruits in it, and I love it. And it also has kind of a product suite with it, so you've got some coordinating 6x6 designer series paper, which is so cute. And I love the strawberries in here because I have a long history with strawberries. When I was a kid, we had a strawberry garden. And I'm not kidding, this was, I suppose it was probably 10 to 12 feet wide, and it probably went the length of a football field, and it was solid strawberries. You cannot imagine my love-hate relationship with strawberries because, first of all, they were delicious, so I love that part of the strawberry business, but I did not care for the picking. I mean, when I was really little, it was kind of fun because there wasn't that much expected out of me, and I could just, you know, eat as many as I picked. But as I got older, it was a little bit more work. I remember my mother sending me out with gallon buckets, and all I did was pick strawberries, pick strawberries, pick strawberries, pick strawberries for like 3 hours straight. And it was a lot of work. There was a lot of mosquitoes. There were a lot of gnats. And I can't say I had that much fun doing it, but looking back on it, some of my best memories, I think, are seeing my mother in the strawberry patch. She passed away when I was 33, so I still miss her, but she really did a lot of things with strawberries. And I can still see her. She would stand up and bend completely over at the waist and pick strawberries for literally hours in that position. And the cats would come and they'd weave in and out of her legs, and oh my gosh, I could just picture that like it was yesterday. And of course we had some nice long talks in the strawberry patch too, because you know when you're just picking strawberries for 3 hours straight, you have a lot of time on your hands. So we used to talk and have lots of mother-daughter chats. So those were the good old days back on the farm. And I can assure you that were I to ever live on the farm again, I would not be planting a big strawberry patch, just because I think it's just easier to purchase it at Trader Joe's and call it good. So in fact, we did just buy some strawberries at Trader Joe's, and they were delicious, tasted just like they were right out of a strawberry patch. So anyway, enough little chit-chatting about my childhood. Let's go ahead and get started with this card. So I'm going to flip it down. All right, so I have the catalog open here, and let me grab the card one more time because I want to show you that we're using some punches on this card. So the embroidery hoops, which look like this, they fit really well with these scallop circle punches. And the scallop circle punches are found on page 17 of this wonderful occasions catalog. You have a 1 1/8 and a 1 3/8, and they're the scallop circle punches. And so I just wanted to show you what page that was on, because that's not actually part of the Tutti Frutti product suite, but it's an essential part of this card because they layer up so nice with these mini embroidery hoops. All right, so we're going to flip. Oh, and the mini embroidery hoops are on this page as well. Now we're going to flip to the fruit basket page. This is the Tutti Frutti product suite, and this is where we're getting the images for this card. So the little strawberry here and the friend comes from this stamp set called Fruit Basket. And I'm also going to make a couple of tags. Well, I'll show you a couple of tags first, and then we'll make one. But these are a couple of cute little tags that I made last November at Onstage. And let me show you the stamp set, which looks like this. And you can purchase it as a bundle through May 31st, or while supplies last. So you get these adorable little tiny fruit punches. And this whole bundle is only $35, so that's a really, really good deal. Such cute little punches. In fact, let me show you just another close-up. Look at those tiny little pineapples. Anyway, I'm going to show you a little tag that I came up with using a strawberry, because we're in the strawberry theme today. And there's a cute little pair. All right, so let me move some of this out of the way. Maybe we'll do our little strawberry tag first, and then we'll get into creating this cute card. So the first thing that I have, oh, and I didn't mark the measurements, but I think I can figure it out. I believe this is 3 inches long by 2 inches wide, and we are just going to take a scissors, and we're just going to angle cut these ends, so it sort of looks like a tag shape. Then you're going to take the little melon fruit punch tag. You're going to flip it over, and you're just going to go like this so that you have a little hole for your ribbon. So that's what that looks like. Then you're going to take this ribbon, which is our mini striped ribbon, and it's in the color of lemon lime, or lemon lime twist, I should say. We'll just thread this through, and then we're just going to cut it off. Whoops, I kind of made a really wild cut. There we go. And then we're going to take some Whisper White twine. Oh, this is where it gets a little tricky, but bear with me. We're going to try to get this tied on here without too many more issues, because we don't really even have to do a bow, we just have to make a knot. So we just have to get this started, and then we'll be good. So here it is. Knot it on, and then we just have to trim that off. So we want just a little tiny bit there, just like this. So it's going to look like this. Let me bring it up to the camera. I wonder if I can bring my camera in closer. I'm going to try that. Oh, Monica's on. Hello, Monica. So nice to see you. Monica and I are both going on the Alaskan trip with Stampin' Up, and she and I are good friends, and our husbands are good friends, and we are going to go whale watching together. So we're pretty excited about that. And Monica, you know, kind of gave me the heads up about this great place to go when we're in Juneau, Alaska. So I'm very grateful to her. All right, the next thing we want to do to create this cute little strawberry tag, and I should put this other tag in here too, is we're going to want to punch, or we're going to want to take this little strawberry stamp. We're going to take some real red ink, and we're going to stamp. You know what? And I'm going to use my Stampin' mat because I like my images to come out perfect. So I usually use a Stampin' mat when I have photopolymer stamps. It just makes life a little easier. Then we're going to take the lemon lime twist ink, and we are going to take our little little leaves here that go on top of the strawberry, and put that right there. And you know what? As long as we're at it, I'm going to do the stamping for the card too. So we're going to take another little piece of scrap paper, put our strawberry on here. Again, add the little bit of leaves at the top. Just like that. Oh my gosh, that is so cute, you guys. You just got to see this. So totally adorable. Am I getting it in the camera? Probably not. There we go. Just love it. Okay, then we're gonna for the card that we're doing, or for the little image that we're doing for our card, we need to have the friend stamp. So we're gonna do that with Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and we're gonna ink this up, and we're gonna put this right here below our strawberry. Oh my gosh. You know what? The greatest thing about stamping is it makes you feel so accomplished. You're like, wow, I just did that and it looks so good. I don't know, there's just something about putting ink to paper that's just exhilarating. I know that people who are not crafters probably don't get that, but it is so much fun. And it just makes me so glad that I have this job, that I can get this little thrill every day. All right, so now we're gonna take our little teeny tiny strawberry punch. And what's really cool about this little punch is that it's going to go within the strawberry, so it's going to be a little smaller than what you would think it would look like. So let me show you what I mean, because when you punch out the strawberry, there's going to be this little area so that you don't get any white lines with your punch out. So let me show you this cute little guy. So he looks so good. All right, so now let's go ahead and put him onto our card here, or onto our little tag. So we are going to need another one. Well, actually, we don't need another one. Let me just grab the little punch out. So we're going to take this 1 1/8 inch scallop circle, give that a punch, and now we need to, again, grab the word friend. Does anyone ever wonder why I put these little tiny words on such big blocks? The reason I do that is because I want to be able to kind of see where I'm stamping, and if I use that little G block, which is really skinny and narrow, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but when you have it too small, if it's too small, I find that the edges of the block hinder me from where I want to see. So I like having just a little bit bigger block. So I use A's and B's, and I tell you, the one block I don't use very much is that G block, because the words are just right in the middle, and then I've got these two edges right here, and it makes it hard for me to stamp. So it's just kind of a little weird thing with me, but that's why I use the size B's and C's a lot. Okay, so now where did my tiny little strawberry go? Here it is. We're going to put that on with a mini dimensional. I've got some right here, and I think I'll use a, well, I was going, oh, here we go. I've got a paper piercing tool here. So I'm just going to take one of these little mini dimensionals, which is awesome because they fit onto these little tiny berries just perfect. So there's my little strawberry. We're just going to set him right here, I think kind of at an angle. There we go. Isn't that cute? So totally adorable. Now we're going to get our tag back up, and I think we'll just put this on with a little multi-purpose glue. Maybe I'll take a different glue. That one wasn't quite started. This one's working. There we go. And we'll just set it right here in our tag. And there we have a cute little strawberry tag. So here we have our pear tag, our strawberry tag, and our little pineapple tag. So all of these little tags were made with the Tutti Frutti Designer Series paper. This particular tag that has the cute little pineapples on, this uses the Starburst punch. And then this is just a little strip of paper where you just cut out a little banner piece in it for our pear tag. And then this is our little friendship tag that we did with our little strawberry. And so one thing that I like to do with little tags is turn them into cards. I don't know about you, but I kind of forget to use tags. I sort of like the way they look, and I'll display them for a while, but I find that I actually really use them if I put them on a card. So thanks you guys for all the likes and hearts, and I appreciate it so much. And thank you also for commenting. It's fun to see everybody commenting. And here's this, what we did just a minute ago. So I'm going to also punch this out. So I'm using the 1 1/8 scallop circle punch, and I'm just going to bring it in here and punch that out, because now we're going to make this card. But the next size paper that we're going to be using is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I had this sitting here, but I'm actually going to make a punch out on it. So I'm going to grab my 1 3/8 inch scallop circle punch. We're going to punch that out. And then we're going to layer this little guy onto this. And so again, I'm just going to use a tiny bit of glue. And then we'll flip this over and put this right here. Okay, so that is ready to go onto our card. So now we actually have to make the card. So this little piece that I was talking about, I'm just going to bring my Big Shot in. You know, a lot of times I have all my Big Shot work done before we even start the video. But I did want to bring the Big Shot in this time, and there's a very good reason for that, because I'm going to do something different. Back in when we first got this particular stripes embossing folder, I noticed that it was a lot of fun to kind of make something that has cross hatches on. So as you can see on this card, we have stripes going one way and stripes going the other. And it looks really cool. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And first of all, with this particular embossing folder, you may find sometimes that these lines are pretty intense and they could cut all the way through your cardstock. And so to make sure that doesn't happen, I just went ahead and I just snailed a piece of vellum cardstock to the front of this embossing folder, and I leave it there all the time, and that keeps my paper from getting, you know, that cracking all the way through. And then just to remind you again, this piece of paper, this real red piece of paper, is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So now I'm just going to fold this down. And when you have a Big Shot machine and it first comes to your house, you will get 2 cut plates, you will get your thin die adapter and your Big Shot platform. You want to take the thin die adapter away because we're not going to be using that. That is something you use with Thinlits and Framelits. When you're using your embossing folders, we have 2 different sizes. We have a thinner size like this, and then we have a really thick textured dynamic embossing folder. We are not using that one today, but if we were, we would only need 1 cut plate. But because we're using the thinner folder, we have our Big Shot platform, we have our cut plate, and then we have our simple stripes embossing folder, and then we're just going to put another cut plate over the top and we're going to run it through. So I'm just going to run it through, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of paper out, and we're just going to turn it. I should get the camera focused here. We're just going to turn it 90 degrees. Like this, and then we're going to run it through a second time. So now we're just going to run it back, and then you're going to have that really cool kind of crosshatch look. So let me show you what this looks like. And there it is, all cross-hatched and gorgeous. It just has that kind of country feel to it. So now we can go ahead and start assembling our card. So we are going to need some Night of Navy paper. This is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2, which of course I did all of that cutting and scoring in advance. And I've got my bone folder here, and now we're ready to go ahead and do the inside panel. The inside panel is going to be a piece of Whisper White that's 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're just going to add a little berry border on the left-hand side that's 3/4 inches by 4. Just a little something to kind of carry that theme. But what I'm going to do now is take my snail. I'm just going to snail along the top. And then we're going to set this right here like so. And it's so fun. And there it is. The inside panel is done. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab a white panel. And you know what? I don't have my measurements here, but it's 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And this is what we're going to go ahead and put down first. And the reason I have these little bit different measurements is I want a lot of the blue to show. And so I am just going to put this down with snail. And again, those measurements are 3 3/4 by 5. So that is what that looks like. And then we're going to take this panel and put it right over the top. I love the way the red, white, and blue looks on here. Very summery, very strawberry. Very strawberry-y. However you'd say that. So we're going to take some glue and put that all around. And we're going to set this right on here and just wiggle that right into place. And there we go. Isn't that cute? It looks so fresh already. Okay, so then our next panel is going to be that lovely designer series paper that's 1.5 by 4.5 inches. And again, we're just going to take that and put some glue down. Now my glue's working almost too good. It's really coming out. So we'll wiggle that into place so that all 3 borders are nice and even. All right, so let's go ahead now and we are going to make, let me show you where we are with this card. So we need to make this little banner here. And I've got a great tip for you. So hopefully you're ready for a great tip. First of all, we've got some Night of Navy paper that's cut at 2 1/4 by 3 inches. And to make this, I used to take my scissors and I used to go like this. I'd cut up, you know, through the middle, and then I'd go from one side to the other side. You know, you've all done this, I'm sure. And then I would have my banner, except sometimes it wouldn't quite be even, and I'd just keep cutting and cutting and cutting until all of a sudden I'd have to start over because I'd cut too much away trying to make it perfect. So, guess what? If you use the new tailored tag punch from Stampin' Up, which was introduced as part of the True Gentleman product suite, you will find that you can take this banner or this tailored tag punch and make a great banner, especially if you have it cut at 2 1/4 inches wide, because that is about the width of that punch. So let me show you what this looks like. So we're going to set it in here. And we just want to bring it down so that the edge is pretty much even with the edges of the punch. And then we are going to punch it. So I'm going to get it in there. And another way you can tell whether or not you've got it right is you want your top to be straight across and parallel with your punch. Because if it's going off crooked, then you're going to have a crooked punch out. So we're just going to do a punch. And we have a perfectly straight and awesome banner. Isn't that cool? That's like my big tip for the day. All right, so now we're going to take this little banner here. So now I'm going to take my glue and just glue this banner on. And we'll just put it in like this. I want a little bit of the red to show. We're kind of into this red, white, and blue look here. So we've got the red, white, and blue here, and we've got it here and here. It's just gorgeous. All right, now we need our, here's our little embroidery hoop. And I don't know if you know this, if you've gotten these or not, but they actually have a little screw and a little nut that actually works. I mean, you could actually unscrew this and open it up if you wanted to. I mean, it's just adorable. I love it. So to put this on, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can add some glue to it and put it down and just let it rest there. Or you can use glue dots. So I'm going to take glue dots. So I'm just going to flip this around. We'll add our first glue dot right here, right at the top, because that you can go full size. And then these other, we're going to add 4 more glue dots, but we have to roll those. So we're going to put them all on first, and then we'll do our rolling. So I'm going to add one here, one here. I'm almost wondering if I can bring the camera up, so I'm going to try. Good. Okay, so I made it bigger. Cool. I'm going to keep taking glue dots, because now you'll be able to see what I'm doing, I think. We're just going to add them. So we're going to add 4 glue dots all the way around this, and that should be good, because we've got our full glue dot at the top, and then we've got these 4 here. And it looks good. So now how do you roll this up? Because sometimes you want it so the glue dots don't show. So then you're just going to take your little paper piercing tool and just fold it over. So once you have them on there, just fold them over like this. It's kind of a little bit of a delicate operation, but there we go. And you don't want to touch it too much with your hands because that will make it less sticky, and you really want these to stick well because, you know, the hoops are a little bit heavy. They're not like a, you know, a little piece of paper or something. They're actually wood. All right, so now we're going to set it on here about where we think it looks awesome. And that to me looks really awesome. Just make sure I don't have any glue showing on the outside, or glue dots I should say. Okay, and then of course you remember we have our little friend strawberry that we're going to put in the middle. So how do we get this on here? I mean, you could try to glue it, but I think that's kind of risky business because again, you're going to see the glue. So what we're going to do is we're just going to layer up some dimensionals, which works really awesome. I guess you don't need to be quite so close now. So I'll see if I can back it down. Oh, hopefully that worked. All right, so now we can just take, oh no, I went the wrong direction. Hold on. There we go. All right, so we put one in the middle, take off the peely. We'll put another one in the middle, take off the peely, and one more. So we're going to stack a triple stack of dimensionals. Then we'll take our little friend, and we will put this right over the top. Make sure it's nice and even, and then give it a press because the dimensionals are the same height. 3 dimensionals will be the same height as one hoop. There we go. So how do you like it? It's done. So thank you so much everyone for joining me today. We made 2 really, really cute cards, and we did some really adorable tags. I should show you the tags. So here's our little strawberry tag, and our cute little pineapple tag, and our little adorable pear tag. So thank you again for joining me. It was great having you here, and hope you have a great, fabulous Friday and a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.